Well, good evening, my homesteaders. So I went to Costco today and I got a 5-pound bag of organic peas. And my family does love peas. And so, I do have some frozen peas in the freezer. And, you only have so much space in your freezer. And I do have some canned peas. But all the vegetables, the cans, the vegetables and everything, you can get them without sodium, of course, the salt, but it always has a little metallic taste to me. And so what I want to do is I think, give my cans to the food bank, and I'm going to start canning some peas. And you say, why in the world would she can frozen peas? And so the reason being is, if the electricity should go out for whatever reason, you only have, you're not supposed to open your refrigerator and freezer, and you gotta use up what's in there. And if not, sometimes then you will lose your food, and that has happened to me before. And so I want to have some backup. I want to have a backup plan, and that's why I'm going to can these peas. And so if you can do me a favor, I'm a brand new channel, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if this video is helpful to you, please share it with friends or family. And so the first thing we're going to do, these are frozen, and we cannot put them in our glass jars cold like this. And once we put it in our canner, our jars will break because of the temperature difference. And so what I'm going to do is I have a bowl here with some warm water. I am just going to put in half the bag right now, and I'm just going to put them in the water. And we want to bring these peas to room temperature before we can it. And so once I get my peas to room temperature, I will bring you back and we'll start filling these jars. So we're using our digital pressure canner, and in the description down below I will list all the canner and all the canning utensils and supplies that I will use during this video. I plugged it in. As you can see, the pressure can is flashing, and so what we do is we go and we press this button. It brings us to the next thing. Now I have to go and look into my book and see how long it says for peas to be pressure cooked. You can see the pea says loosely pack the peas into your jars, and for our pints it's gonna be, we have to pressure cook it for 40 minutes. And so what we'll do is we'll come back to our canner here, and then we'll change our little knob and we'll go till it says 40 minutes, and then we'll press the start. And always, read your directions to whatever canning that you're doing and follow what they tell you. One thing I like about this digital pressure canner is it tells us what to do. And now it says insert our jars. And so what we have to do is there is a fill line, and we have to fill the bottom of the canner with water, and then we have to fill our jars halfway with water, and then we have to put them into our canner. And so I already did that, and this will hold 7-pint jars. And then we'll put our lid on, and we have to take our regulator off. Okay, we don't need our regulator on yet. So let me put our top on. And so homesteader, see, my lid wouldn't go on, and it's always good practice, and I didn't do it this time. There is an insert here, this metal insert, it comes off, and there is a rubber gasket that goes around, and you got to make sure that's in properly before you put on the lid. Now my lid goes on nicely, and then we just put the knob down and lock it in place, and then we will come back here and then press next, and then it says warm. It's warming up our jars, and then it will tell us when our jars are warm enough, and then we'll start packing them. And our book said, remember, pack loosely. So that's what we'll do. Okay, our pressure canner beeped twice, and now as you can see it says fill the jars. So we'll just undo our little green knob here. And you know, we always open away from us, even though it's going to be, you know, you can see the steam a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll get our jars, we'll empty the water that's in them, and then we'll start filling them. So we emptied our jars, and now we're just going to, it says we have to loosely fill them with our peas. And this is probably one of the easiest things you can possibly can. This is probably one of the best for beginners would be to do this. And you know, I did French style green beans, and if you look all the way, you know, at that video, at the end I will tell you one thing that I've learned from doing those. You can watch that video, and I will give you a little tip at the end of what I learned that I will do next time with that. And so you just want to fill them, and we want to give it 1 inch head space. And then let me get our hot water. That's one thing I did not bring over here. Hold on 1 second. And now we're just going to fill them with hot water. And if you know you want to add salt, this would, oops, I did way too much there, homesteaders. We'll have to get some of that out of there. I was not paying attention. That really came up on me fast. Like I was saying, if you want to add salt, now would be the time to do it. This is going to be hot. Let me take some of the water out of here. Now we're just going to debubble our peas here. And with the peas, you know, you just want to loosely pack them, so you don't press them down at all. And that is our, let's make sure we got our, yep, our 1 inch. Perfect. It's normally that, you know, that little line there. Let's just, this one's sticking up just a tad. Let's just put him over, make it flat there. There we go. And then we get our vinegar, and we just go around our rim. They shouldn't be dirty because, you know, all this is peas and water. So I always get new lids, and you're just supposed to wash them with hot soapy water. But I always put these in some hot water. And then just, you know, very lightly put the rings on. Very, very lightly here. And then into our canner it goes. And then we'll just keep doing this. So we're just going to fill our jars up, you know. Just keep filling them up, and we just put them in. You got to make sure that your peas, your frozen peas, are at room temperature. You cannot put them in frozen because it will break your jars with the temperature change. But I mean, look how quick and easy this is. And it's always nice to have, you know, a few jars just in case of emergency. It's always nice to have for your family. And then we do not want to press them. And then we can add just a few more there. And a few more there, because you're going to want 1 inch head space. And then we just fill it with water. Hot water. It's normally like that little rim there. It's normally about the, there it goes. And then we can just check, yep, perfect. Then we just debubble. And just go on the sides. And I will use all, you know, link all my tools down below. And when we did that, I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more water. See, it went into some of those little pockets there. And then nope, we cannot add our lid yet, homesteaders. What do we have to do? We have to get our vinegar and do our lids real quick. Even though this is just water and peas, but we still want to make sure we get a good seal. And I always use new lids and just let me just put them into our water, and then we'll do the next one. So here are our 7 jars. The last one, I forgot to put the vinegar, so I had to take it back out and do the rim with the vinegar, and then do the seal, because you know, let's just be on the safe side. Let's do it right. And then we'll, you know, make our latch go in, and we filled our jars, and then we will press next. And it will let us know the next thing we'll have to do. It will tell us when to put, you got to make sure that the regulator is off, and ours is off, and then it will tell us, you know, when to put it on. And then after that, after we do that, then we just have to wait till they're done. So this is how many peas are still left from that 5-pound bag of peas. So still quite a few. So I have one more 5-pound bag that I'm gonna can up, and then it looks like we're gonna have you know, some left over. I guess I'm gonna make use these up for dinner then. So as you can hear, our canner is beeping and it's telling us to put regulator on. And so we put the regulator on, and then it has to be right in the center, and underneath there it will say can. And so now we'll wait till it gets up to the pressure, and then once it gets up to the pressure, this little vent will pop up, and then it will start counting down. So you can see our air vent lock popped up, and so then since that did that, then it will start, once it gets to pressure, then it will start, it will be in the canning process, and then the 40 minutes it will start counting down. Now we're in the cooling stage, and it does smell like peas in here. So our pressure canner, it beeped, and it says that where it's done. So we just get the little green handle, bring it towards us, get our lid always open away from us, and look at that steam. My friends, look at that. Okay, so we are going to get our jar out. Let's see here. We'll get the middle one out first. Look at our yummy peas. Let me just put it on this, and then we'll transfer it over. Okay, friends, so here are our 7-pint jars of peas that we got from that 2-pound Costco bag. As you can see, they are really boiling in here. I'm gonna let these sit overnight. Tomorrow we will come back tomorrow morning to make sure all the jars sealed up nicely, and we'll then wipe them all down with a little bit of vinegar, and then we'll put them on our pantry shelf. So my friend, I hope you have a very good evening.